Guys, Britto here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Deadliest Catch Alaskan Storm. Now, with the release of Deadliest Catch the game, it made me want to get back into Alaskan Storm and just compare the two games and see what Deadliest Catch the game could be in the future. See what parts of Deadliest Catch Alaskan Storm they could use in Deadliest Catch the game. So, some of you guys may or may not have seen it. If you have, and awesome. If you guys haven't seen it, then you guys obviously be learning something new today as well. So let's go into career mode. Let's go continue game because I have done the tutorial and set myself up to head out and start crab fishing. The tutorial and stuff you don't want to look at. It's bloody terrible. I've hired our crew members. So we've got Kenny as our deck boss and engineer. Engineer report is good. But Tico is a deckhand. Josh is a deckhand and our medic. Kyle, I think it is. He is our bait boy. Spike is our deckhand and a chef as well. So let's head out away from the dock, and hopefully we can start doing some crab fishing. We'll head out. We'll boat quite quick as far as turning goes. Let's have a look. Yeah, we should be heading straight out this way. Awesome. So the graphics aren't that great, as you can see, but you know they're not too bad either. Right, so here we've got our deck camera, which you can see what the guys are doing on deck, which is awesome. One thing I certainly like for this game. Here we've got our place setter or our map, so we can set somewhere to go, so we can survey. Crabs don't really do anything. Weather just shows like strength and stuff like that, the wind speed and stuff. So pretty much these spots here are pretty much telling us where all the crab is. So there should be some crab down here, along here. So I don't know if down here is going to be a good spot. I mean, if we come down to here, I don't know how long it's going to take to get there. So we're going to take quite some time to get there, so let's not worry about that. We're going to need to look for somewhere to go fishing. So let's just head out. I guess we can see where the competitors go to. We sort of don't want to go the same place as these guys. This here is our radar. We've got some buttons here, this is autopilot. So if we want to go to say here, come out of here, we can click autopilot, and then the boat will take care of itself. We'll turn around and do a full 360. Why is it heading that way? Guess because we've got to come out of the harbour here, but anyway, you get the idea. We've got here, which is our horn that we use when we want to throw the pot in the water. So a little buzzer.
Make me come up there.
Sorry, Kenny. Here is our fuel. I don't know if that's accurate. This is for turn left, turn right. It gives us our heading. This is our speed, of course, which sometimes is hard to control. This is obviously turn left, turn right, all that sort of stuff. This, actually that's the turn left, turn right. This is like the thrusters on either side. And if we use our mouse wheel to scroll out, you can see the whole boat. So we're driving the shellfish. Can use any of the boats that were in the TV series at this point in time, but I went with the shellfish. It's a nice small boat. And it's quite nimble, quite maneuverable. I like the idea of being up here as a captain, being able to see you guys work instead of having the guys sort of working behind us. Here we've got a light switch for the cab, which is pretty good. Sit in the passenger seat, control from here if you like. I don't think anything else really works in here. Go across to the other side. So you can't actually get out of the cab and walk around like you can in Deadliest Catch the game, but you know, still, it's a pretty good Pretty good game. So let's go fast time, which travels to there. Everyone seems to be going up this way. I think I'd like to head down here. I just don't know how long it's going to take to get there. Have we got... Don't really have another harbour down there, but I'd like to get away from everyone else. So let's travel down to here. Going to take us a while to get there. I don't know if it's going to be worth it, to be honest. These guys are all up here, though. There's a bit of a spot here, so let's... How about we just... Oh, we don't want to do that. Get rid of that. Grab our marker. We'll set it back to, say, here. Oops, I still don't want to do that. Go to there. Fast time. So now we've got to wait for the season to start. So we can actually go plot our pots. So 40 pots, which is going to be us dropping 8 off the deck. I think we have 120 on deck, so we can do 3 sort of runs here. That'll give us 120 we have on deck. So we need to just fast time for now. I want to get rid of that. Oh, this one. Right, click on the boat. Fast time to there. Let's get ourselves set up. Season is about to start, so let's go.
Money, money, money. Let's go make some money.
Hell yeah. Right, so now we can actually... let's ignore it. It's not night time. We should need the electrical stuff. Alright, so let's... Hopefully these guys are going to come out on the deck. Okay, so... There we go. Set pots. That's what we want to do. Hopefully the guys will come out, as I said. Here they come. Right, so they're going to get ready to set. Give ourselves a little bit of speed here. I just want to turn the boat. Have the correct heading. So now we can come in back into here. We can plot a course. Say this way. Like this. Click autopilot. And the boat will take care of itself. So now we just need to wait for these guys to set. We'll get the pots ready to set. So we can keep an eye on this screen here. You see that both these guys are working together. The guy's bringing the bait over. You chuck the bait in. It's got 3 at the moment. So you need 5 to set these guys. So they're ready to go now. So I have to hit the space bar. Oh, that's not working. Why is it not working? Aha, electrical issues.
Something you want? You bet.
Yep, we need to set it. Because we've got no electrical issue, no electrical stuff. That is really frustrating. It always happens. Make sure we get rid of this before we fast time.
Are we just gonna keep swinging our dicks all day, or can we drop a freaking pot in the water already?
Aren't you fixing the bloody thing? No, you're fixing it. Good. Now, shut up. Get back to doing what you're meant to be doing. I'll check it again. So you should still be going.
You bet.
Another half an hour. Right, he's still fixing it. Alright, now it's done. So now we can plot our course to here. Finally, let's go and set our pots. So it always seems to happen. I don't know what the go is, but every time I sort of go to start the season, something always goes wrong. So now we need to wait for these guys again. So you move the camera around using your left mouse to center the camera again. Click your middle mouse button or 5 on your numpad on your keyboard. I think same with being outside. I'd like to get a decent screenshot here, but it's hard to be able to do it with not playing a game through Steam, so we're not going to worry about it. So these guys should be able to get this pot set, and then we'll work on setting the next one. These guys are going to be a little bit close together, but I think that'll work. Still work out alright. There we go. So now the guys will throw it overboard. Awesome. Put a bit of RPM in, so 576 I think will be fine. Let's set our autopilot to make things a lot easier. Now for me, what I usually do is let's get rid of these for now. Just set the one string, and we can come back and look at that later on. Get this red dot, which is our pot, set it about, wait until it gets to about here, so the third ring away, 1, 2, 3, hit the space bar and then set it. Give ourselves a little bit of a gap, but if this one's a little bit closer, it's not going to matter too much because you can see where that white dot is on the screen. I think these guys are pretty much ready to go already. Right, so we'll set this one here, give ourselves a little bit more speed. It's really hard to get. Just doesn't want to work sometimes. 624, that'll do. A little bit faster than we were before. It's hard to control using the mouse. I'd much rather it here. Because when you click it, sometimes it goes into reverse. If it goes into reverse, you can cause engine damage and that sort of stuff. So certainly don't want that to be happening. How these guys going? So they're not doing too bad. Probably give them a little bit more speed. Just set our pot now. So we're sort of not lined up with our line as far as the string goes, but I don't think it matters too much. So now because we've got autopilot on, we don't even have to watch what we're doing. We can just sort of watch these guys. It's a whale in the background, if you guys seen that. So this is the thing I like about Alaskan Storm, which they should implement into Deadliest Catch the Game. You know, you've got crew members. You probably don't need this many crew members because you can help. Maybe you can hire all these guys, but you know, you have someone to do the crane work, have someone to do the pots, and then you can just do the driving. But see, the person that does the cranes will just operate the crane. He can do the hooks and all that sort of stuff. The other guy can do the pots, so he can hook the pot up like the guys up the top. Then when he can come over, the pot gets set down. He can open the pot, unhook the pot while the other guy's baiting it, and all that sort of stuff. So you know, there's lots of ways that they can do it with just 2 people, but you know, probably 3 might be a little bit better, maybe even 4. But as far as Deadliest Catch the Game goes, they could learn a lot from the way these guys work. Try and implement the workers into the game like this is. It'd be pretty good, I think. I think our strings are going to be a little bit too far apart, I think, but I'm not that concerned. Right, so what I'm going to do is, we can't really get rid of that now, we have to leave it. I'm not even going to worry about setting, you know, string lines and stuff. We'll just set it ourselves and see how we go. So each pot we drop off deck removes 5 pots off our numbers up here. So we set a string of 80 at a time, 40 at a time. Should be pretty good because these guys are getting reasonably tired. We don't want to overwork them because that'll increase their risk of injuries. We don't want to underwork them because then it's not efficient. And we want everyone to be happy. Like Kenny's a little bit upset today. Tico, Josh, and Spike are reasonably happy. Kale's not very happy either. But I'm sure these guys will get over it. It's not an easy job, and that's why they get paid the big bucks, I suppose. Right, so that's 6 in at the moment. We'll throw another 2 in, and then we can fast travel, move over a little bit, set another string. Probably wait till we've hit, you know, 7 hours soak time on the first string, and then throw the next lot in, and then wait till we've hit, 7 hours on the second string, throw our third string in, we can go back to the start and start bringing them in, hopefully. So in-game time does go reasonably quick. Can't adjust the season length or the time like you can in Deadliest Catch the Game. I'd like them to have long-term like leaderboards and stuff, similar to Gold Rush the Game would be pretty cool. Everyone have the same season length and in-game time and all that sort of stuff. Don't make it so we can change that sort of stuff. Just make it so it's all the same across the board, so we all have the same experience. I think that'll be another thing they could probably look at doing. Alright, so this will be the last pot. So up the top we've got set pot, collect pot, break ice, clean the boat, and resting or sleeping. Alright, so this will be our last pot. As soon as we hit the space bar to throw this in, we'll send everyone to bed or to rest. Right, we'll go rest, so they'll get that thrown in. Then they'll all head off deck and go and have some food or go and have a sleep, whatever it is they may want to do. Alright, we'll slow the boat down. They should all be resting. It's good. All their eyes are shut, so they're all definitely asleep. Right, but for us, the captain, we don't get to sleep. Alright, so let's fast time. Travel to here. Travel to about there, I guess. So 3 hours. 5, 6, 7. That'll do. Now let's boat still stop. Let's go set pot. Everyone's well rested. Turn our light on so we can see what's going on. I don't think there's any lights down here though, which is unfortunate, but right, so we'll get these guys done. I don't think we want to have they don't look like they're too far apart. Maybe the last ones are a bit further apart than we need to be, so I think our speed of 768 is probably a little bit too much, of our RPM I should say. So we'll try and do it a little bit slower than that, try not to rush it too much.
Something you want? Can't complain too much.
So we'll just check in on everyone, see how they're doing.
I'm rocked. What's up? Doing great, Captain. No complaints.
Everyone's doing pretty good. Hopefully their happiness seems to go up once we start getting some good crab on board. Hopefully that'll change everyone, make everyone a little bit happier. Alright, so this guy, we can actually send him to go and cook eventually. Alright, so let's set this pot. 624. Let's go 672. That should be alright. Let's go back into here. Let's set our course. Say down here. Let's go autopilot. And then we can just sit back, relax, make sure nobody gets hurt, and throw our pots in the water. Certainly like the way this game works. Graphics wise, all that sort of stuff is not good. As you can see, it's a fairly old game. Like I think I remember playing this game, maybe 15, 20 years ago, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to get the exact release date, but I'm pretty sure it came out in the 90s. Not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it was close to the 90s it came out. Maybe even early 2000s, so quite a long time ago. But if Deadliest Catch the Game can sort of implement the way the workers work in this game, the way that you hit the horn, the way that you can plot your course, autopilot, the way that you can actually look at the map and see each pot better than what you can actually see it currently in Deadliest Catch the Game, that would be a huge improvement to that game. That would be, ideal for me personally. I really think that the way that they've done it with this game is certainly the way that they should be doing it as far as Deadliest Catch the Game goes. Alright, so we'll just pretty much bait and set at 672. 672 seems to be, pretty good speed, RPM wise. 7.5 knots. So maybe keep these guys going. Maybe when we've got 2 pots to set, we can send Spike in to maybe cook some food. Keep everyone well fed. That's one thing that it doesn't show up here. It doesn't show their food, or their health or food, or hydration, all that sort of stuff. So Deadliest catch the game. That'll be another good thing to see. That we've got to take care of our workers.
Damn. Oh man, that's gotta hurt.
Someone just got hurt. Is he alright or is he hurt? Oh, he's hurt. Right, we need to stop the boat for a second here. Not sure where he's going. Looks like Josh and Kale, I think it's Kale, we'll call him Kale. Going in, so Josh will take care of him.
He's gonna be fine.
Spike has a broken finger. Okay. Let's set this pot.
What's going down? He's gonna be fine.
Gonna be fine, good. Right, so now we're gonna have to set our speed accordingly. We're going to go a little bit slower than what we were before because we've only got 3 guys doing a 5-man job now, so we go and have a bit of a look. So you can see we've got Kenny on the crane. Tico's up here. So now Tico's got to get off here, come down to here. Kale should be, Kale's the one doing the baits and stuff now, so it's going to take us a lot longer to get the pot set, unfortunately, but these are the things you've got to work with, I suppose. One thing for this game I do know is breakdowns, injuries, that sort of stuff happen way too often in my opinion. Like this is our 2nd string, first season, we've already got somebody that's hurt themselves. Like obviously that's not ideal. There we go, 480, 6.2 knots. Seems to be a pretty good time. Now when we're down an extra worker, once Josh comes back we might be able to bump up the speed a little bit, but now Kenny's got to go back to the crane, Tico's got to go back to the pots, Kale's got to stand there and wait for the pot to be delivered to him, so it does slow the process down, losing workers and that sort of stuff, but it is a pretty good thing that, breakdowns, injuries, having crew members not be able to work efficiently because they're injured or work at all because they've got a certain injury, like Spike's got a broken finger. I mean, who hasn't worked with a broken finger before? I mean, I've worked with a broken toe before. I know he's using his hands a lot, but you just put one hand behind your back and don't use it, and you've got another hand. Now you can still be out there doing something, hooking up the pots, unhooking the pots, hooking up the bait and that sort of stuff. You only need one hand for that, you don't really need both hands, but it is what it is, I suppose, so just going to have to roll with it. Josh shouldn't be too far away, but Josh will be ready, I think, probably close to by the time I've set this string in the water anyway. Right, so we're throwing another 2 pots, and that'll be this string done. And hopefully by the time we come back to do our 3rd string, we'll have both Josh and Spike back on deck and doing what needs to be done. So for me, when I chose my my crew, I made sure that they had reasonably good skills. They didn't have to be awesome skills, reasonably good skills, but I made sure they all had decent stamina because stamina is quite important as far as being able to set the pots, haul the pots, and not have people getting upset because they're tired, not having people not being able to work because they're tired. So I think stamina is probably a crucial thing to make sure that you get people with decent stats. especially on the stamina side, as I said, just to make sure we're not having to worry too much about making sure people aren't tired, all that sort of thing. But last pot, getting ready to go in, and then we'll move over, as I said. So we've got radios up top here. So we can call the Coast Guard, we can call Cornelia Marie. Fortunately, she's no longer with us. Ask him how the fishing is.
We haven't even had a chance to take a look ourselves.
Alright, so yeah, fortunately Phil's no longer with us, but he doesn't know how the fish are because he has no time to fish. Neither have we. Everyone's still setting pots. So we've got Northwestern up here, Cornelia Marie, the Sea Star, the Bering Star. I think that's all of us. So this is the ice caps here, and I think this is like the boundary that we can work in. So once this ice starts to move down, you'll start to see that we get a lot of ice on board, which means we'll have to actually, you know, clean the boat, chip the ice away, that sort of stuff. Alright, so as I said, this will be the last pot. We've got 40 pots on deck, we've got 40 bait at the moment.
Huh?
Obviously there's nothing to clean, no ice to chip away, so they'll go and get that set. They'll go and have a bit of a sleep. Make sure these guys get off deck properly before we go time travelling. There we go, they're all sleeping. So let's go into our map. Zoom in a little bit. It's fast time. It's fast time to here. Fast time to there. 12 hours, 4 hours. Let's go till we hit 7. Hey, here we go. Good job, Spike. Right, 7 hours, good. Set string. These guys are at 15 hours. By the time we set this string, let's go set autopilot. By the time we set this string, travel back to here to our first pot here, we should nearly be good to go to start bringing them in, I suppose. Alrighto guys, what I'll do is I'll end the episode here. I'll get the rest of this string set into the water. I'll fast travel back, get ready to haul in our first lot of pots, and we'll come back for episode 2 where we start to hopefully bring some crab aboard. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, as always, smash that like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think of this series so far. If you want to see it continue, got any ideas of what we should take out of this game, implement to Deadliest Catch the Game, leave it in the comment section down below as well. I'll make sure I pass on any of our good comments onto the developers and see if we can get some things implemented into Deadliest Catch the Game and make it the best crabbing game out there. So if you guys